All right. I have 2 of the cards in hand for the 50 subscriber giveaway, just waiting for the third one. And yeah, I mean, it's just 3 decent cards. I think all total up add up to like 15, $20. But it's just something to give back a little bit. Like I said, nothing huge. It's only 50 subscribers. But like I said, I just want to give back a little bit. I see I got 2 people in here. If you want to say what's up, that'd be great. Just talk about cards like we always do. Since last stream, I got my prototype in hand, the 8.5. One of them, I'll pull it out to see if you guys can see it better. But one of the main reasons I chose this one is all the good pickaxes on this one, including what's up? Oh, what's up, 40 Phantom? How you doing today? But the reason why I picked up this prototype in particular, I talked about this in my video, but it had Renegade Raiders pickaxe along with the Icebreaker pickaxe, which are 2 very sweaty pickaxes in game. I think eventually that might carry some weight. People might want those. But 40 Phantom, I know you talked about you had all those megas and that you were planning on holding, and if you're going to rip, you play anything good? I'd like to hear about that. Pull a couple Midases, I hope. And I did buy, over the past week, I bought a Ruin Cracked Ice to go with my Prisoner and to help go with my Secret Skin set and getting all the USA Cracked Ice of all the Secret Skins. Now I'm only missing 2, the Singularity and you uploaded a video today with a Beckett return. I'll definitely check that out as soon as I'm done streaming. I'll also give you a shout out on my Instagram too to check out your video. Yeah, I mean, what's up, JT? How you doing? Any recent pickups you want to share? I know you kind of keep things secret, but you want to talk about it, I'd love to hear. But anyway, how's your day going, JT? But 40 Phantom, I know you were telling me you were going to rip those megas. You had a few that you're going to rip. I want to know what you pulled. That'd be really cool if you want to tell us what you pulled. Thanks, really appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, I'm just trying to grow the Fortnite card community by doing this. This is just what I'm trying to do. It's what I like doing as well. For my secret skin set, as I was saying, I have them all except for Singularity and the Scientist now. There's all the ones from Series 1. Doing good. Only for a little bit. Yeah. It's good to hear you're doing good, JT. I mean, that's all you can ask for, I guess. And then the Prisoner and I've Ruined on the way. So I got 3 Midas lasers in the mail and a Cracked Ice. Damn. That's a good week right there. I mean, like I talked about earlier, I got this prototype in this week, and I have a Ruined Cracked Ice coming in the mail. I wanted to auction. I think I paid $95 for it. I think I overpaid just a little bit, but I'm just happy to finally get one. And it was already in a PSA slab, PSA 8, so I have to go through the process of grading one. So I figured I got a decent deal there for me. And Rob is shipping me that Deadfire PSA 7 hollow foil. So I got 2 cards coming in the mail, which I'm excited for. There'll be mail day videos for those. I have about 5 videos ready to upload. I ripped 1 mega today. Need to edit the video, and we'll upload it tomorrow. Hey, I mean, I'm excited to see your videos. Like I said, I'll give you some shout-outs on my Instagram. Like I said, just growing the Fortnite card community. JT, actually right here, I got the Moist Italy shard that you sent me like a year ago. I remember you said it didn't look good in your collection, and you sent it to me. Thanks again for that, even though it's like been a year ago. Still really enjoy it in my collection. But yeah, 40 Phantom, I'm excited to see your videos. I'm excited to see your Beckett reveal that you uploaded. Really excited to see that, actually. I know it's something seeing Black Ash's CGC prototype reveal at the National, his video he uploaded. That was insane to see. I mean, I only got this one, and to see the prototypes he had was insane. I mean, he had Aerial Assault Trooper, he had the Recon Expert, just all the great prototypes, other than Renegade Raider. I was thinking about finally completing the Prisoner Master Set. I have the Optichrome cracked ice and I have a hollow foil not with me right now. I use the base. I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. They're like $3. But I'm assuming I'm just going to eventually get a base and post a picture on Instagram of having all 5. That'd be pretty cool to see. Prisoner is probably my favorite card from Series 2 or second favorite. Probably behind Rustler. Big fan of Rustler. I need to get her USA cracked ice. I haven't seen one in forever. The Optichrome is just a placeholder. I was able to get the Snow Squall Crystal Shard that I bought. The glider, it actually came back to the item shop yesterday, I believe. I was able to get it and finally use it in game. Never owned it. Now I want it because I had the shard. But it's actually a nice glider in game. Really clean, kind of like sleek look to it. I enjoy it. Happy I bought it. Only 500 V-Bucks. I made a post today on my Instagram showing off my Moisty Merman collection. And, I talked about how the Crystal Shard is obviously the best looking, but I'm a big fan of the simplicity of the base. I have a couple sales to talk about as well. I think that I have that glider shard. Is that glider popular? It's not really popular. I don't know. I just wanted a glider shard because they're pretty unique. You don't see too many out there. But it's in a bundle with Arctic Assassin and Absolute Zero, which are Arctic Assassin is heavily used and Absolute Zero is somewhat used. And people buy that bundle. So a lot of people own this glider. I don't know how many people actually use it. But I just enjoy the card and the glider in game. The Black Knight shard that sold eBay PSA 9. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that got relisted, though, 40 Phantom. I saw that, and I'm pretty sure it got relisted. I'll have to check again. I think it was just the seller took it down and put it back up. I mean, if it did sell, that'd be great, but like I said, I think I saw it got put back up. But JT, oh, it did, yeah. That was my BK. It was relisted, and I sold it the next day. Oh, JT, I didn't. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that and taking high ground's chat that you had a BK shard. First guy didn't pay. That's too bad, man. So you trying to sell that BK? That's interesting. I know you don't like to give out too much of what your thought process is and what you're trying to buy. I mean, is there like a big play you're working on doing or something you're working on? A few Mega Series 1 have sold on eBay recently. Yeah, they have. A few S1 Megas have. Looks like those might be starting to trend down a little bit. Might be time to stock up if you have the funds. I'd like to get one and rip. Obviously, I'd have to sell a lot to do something like that. That'd be a cool video or live stream. Rip one of those live. I'm selling 90% of my cards outside Midas. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, I know you have a lot of Singularity. I'm interested in one if you want to DM me after the stream. Waiting for under 1,000 to get an S1 USA Mega. I'm assuming you're talking about 40 Phantom. Yeah, I think that's definitely a very fair price point for a USA Mega. I mean, especially for like some of the prices we've seen, there's a lot of cards where you just pull one of them and you make a lot of like very close to your money back, especially if they're clean. Like we saw at JK Sports Cards, he did that live stream. I think that would have been Saturday, where he pulled a Red Knight out of the 2 S1 USA Mega boxes he opened, and then also a Sky Stalker. So, I mean, I think those two probably paid for more than half of. I mean, probably the Red Knight definitely paid for its box and a lot of the second one, and then Sky Stalker is a decent card, so it paid for a lot of the second one. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he made his money back if I'd imagine. But JT, I think that's an interesting approach. You're selling everything outside of your Midas, like 99% of it. I mean, Midas is definitely a very good card. Huge potential there. I definitely think that'll be one of the best cards down the road. Your stream looks a lot better this time. Yeah, I did some adjustments to my Wi-Fi and just the way I set it up. I appreciate that, though. Yeah, I know it was pretty rough last time. I appreciate you still watching it, though. I know you're there pretty much the full time, 40 Phantom. You're one of my biggest supporters as of recently. I haven't seen you too much up until like 2 weeks ago, but you've been commenting on my videos, liking my videos, been in my streams, so I appreciate that. I don't have much for Midas on that topic. I only have 2 USA bases. I just bought them both for probably $10. I know I bought one of them for like $10. I don't remember how I got the other one. I don't think I pulled it though. Right now, I'm focusing on shards and getting all the secret skin USA cracked icer shards. That's my goal right now. And I'm only missing 2, the Scientist and Singularity, which they're both on eBay right now. The Singularity for some ridiculous prices. No problem. Got to support the hobby. Exactly. I mean, that's why I do this. I do this to help promote Fortnite cards, to help spread the word of the cards, help grow the community. That's all I want to do, and I appreciate you doing that. I'm keeping some of the high grade cards with low pop, but definitely not buying anything extra at this point. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I understand your approach to selling and keeping Midas and just keeping your higher grade stuff. But I think right now we're in a buyer's market. I mean, you guys have been seeing I've been buying a lot, and like I said, I think we're in a buyer's market right now. I think prices are so cheap as of just where we are, and like we're seeing shards consistently sell for like some of the lower ends, from like $50 to $60, even at auction. Anywhere from like $60 to $80, we're seeing some good cards that have a lot of potential selling for dirt cheap right now. So I think like definitely right now is a buyer's market, but I understand your approach to selling and just keeping the best stuff that you have in your collection, like your Midas. You should be able to snag a Scientist for $20. Always check Mercari. Yeah, I mean, I don't do a whole lot with Mercari. I've bought a card or two off there every once in a while. But yeah, you said like $20 for a Scientist. I mean, I think a PSA 9 just did $30. So yeah, I'm looking for him in Singularity right now. I agree, good deals are finally coming around. Yeah, I mean there's great deals to be had out right now. I mean, there's so much, like if you have a lot of funds just to spend on Fortnite cards, I think there's a lot of room for you to make money. Obviously, I can't say that's 100% fact, not investment advice. Just what I'd personally do if I had a lot of money. I'd invest it in shards and good holofoils, and even if you possibly can, prototypes. I definitely think prototypes are a good buy. Another one I'm looking for is a Carbide USA shard and a Deadfire. Really like to get both of those. So right now I've kind of like 4 main cards that I'm just chasing after right now. Carbide, Deadfire, Singularity, and Scientist. Those 4 I feel like I just need, especially the Singularity, Deadfire, and Scientist. Those 3 are at the top of my list right now. I got 6 people in here right now. It's probably my highest for ever in a live stream. So appreciate the 6 of you watching right now. It means a lot to me. A card I genuinely think is underrated, and I had no intention of getting until I discovered something, was the Enforcer. I don't even know how I ended up seeing this, but somehow I ended up watching the Chapter 3 Season 2 trailer again, and he was in it as part of the IO, and people always suspected he was part of the Imagined Order, but that obviously confirmed it. And I don't know, I never saw anything on YouTube or anywhere about that being confirmed, him being the IO, and I figured he's just a sleeper right now. So I was able to get his USA Shard PSA 9 from Black Ash. I think all in after, all in it was like $250 for me, which I thought was very fair, and he was happy with it. So I definitely think Enforcer is a good buy right now. I'm not trying to pump up Enforcer. I'm not selling this anytime soon. It's like you're collecting a lot of storyline skins. Yeah, JT. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I said, I recently bought the Visitor. I know you have one of the best. I mean, you don't post too much, but just from what you've said, I I'd imagine you have one of the best storyline collections out there. I remember when you did the Fortnite card drafts. I mean, you drafted a lot of storyline bangers. I remember. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know you had like the entire Fox clan, which was pretty cool. I believe you had Paradigm or Paradigm Reloaded or something like that. And I think you had Lynx, which is Sway and storyline. Got Aim, part of the storyline. I actually completely fell ass backwards into this card. I bought it for like $100 at auction, raw, and then like a month later, not even like 3 weeks later, he got his storyline again, where he was the scientist AI that he created. So I got really lucky there, and I always knew I wanted a name because he was a secret skin, and I really am a big fan of those, the secret skins, as you guys know. Another kind of sleeper for the storyline, I don't know, possibly is Ace. I doubt she's going to get too much storyline, but she might get a little bit of people after because of the high stakes event in Chapter 1, Season 5, I believe, when Wildcard was first released and they had the event where you had to like capture the different like gems in the POIs, like the Diamond Llamas. I can't remember. It's been a very long time since that was out. But if I remember right, people really like that event, and people are grinding that event to get the back bling. I'm only selling the cards because I want to put 100% of my funds into something else in Fortnite. It'll be unveiled eventually. Wow, I mean that's something, because I know you have a great collection, and if you got to sell a lot of it to fund something else that's massive for Fortnite, I mean that's just incredible. I could only imagine what that is. That's probably something unfathomable to the average collector. But once you unveil it, that'd be great to see. I mean, that's just insane that you have to sell so many cards to acquire whatever this is that you're trying to do with Fortnite. Well, I hope it goes well for you. I hope you're able to sell. Like I said, if you want to move a singularity or a scientist towards me, always watch all your videos. I like all of them, especially the ones from eBay sales. Thank you for what you're doing for the cooperation with the hobby. Eduardo, thank you. That means so much to me, Eduardo. I really appreciate that. And I don't know if it's Eduardo or I believe that's your son you do the videos with. Correct me if I'm wrong. But either one of you, I really appreciate you watching my channel and liking my content. That means a lot to me, what you just said there. Like that, like thank you. That genuinely means a lot to me. And I have an eBay sale video coming out tomorrow or Thursday. So, like you said, you watch them all, so you got another one to watch coming up soon. Another card I think there's possibility for storyline is I don't have any Elite Agent cards, but I have the male version Rogue Agent. I think there's a lot of potential for Elite Agent to get storyline because she was a Chapter 1 Season 3 Battle Pass skin, and they revisited her in Chapter 2 and gave her a second edit style. They didn't do that by accident. They definitely wanted to draw some more attention to her, so I feel like there's definitely potential for storyline for Elite Agent. Have you tried doing shorts to bring traffic to the channel? I've done a few. I think the last one I did was the mail day for this carbide holofoil. I don't know. The shorts, I like to talk about what I'm doing and kind of like explain my full thought process. And I still think I can get everything that I want to say out in 1 minute. If you like, I know you watch a lot of my videos, you probably noticed I like to repeat myself a little bit, kind of a little bit repetitive. What I say, I like to get my point across. That's just the way I've always been. But yeah, like I said, I just feel like I can't get everything I want to say into one short video like that. But like I said, I have looked into it. I've done a few. I did 2 early on about AIM and Sparkle Specialist. Those were pretty good videos. I thought I was proud of both of those. But those were probably my 2 best shorts. And the other ones were a little rough. I know I did one where I showed a PSA submission, and I did one where I showed like my shards at that point, which I think it's like tripled since then. So that short's quite out of date. I'll have to update that one and just kind of show off all my shards right now. I might do that eventually, but like you said, shorts are definitely good to get traffic to the channel. I just don't know how well I'd be able to do them and how good they'd be. So 40 Phantom, I mean, you're always talking about cards you're like investing, like you're always talking about ripping and stuff you want to rip. Do you have any PC cards, like cards you really wish you were going to pull? Like cards you wish you could pull, or like, dream cards you chase cards? Are you going to the Nationals next year? I hope so. I don't know if I can make it. I really hope so. Like it's in Cleveland. That'd be like a 6-7 hour drive for me. I believe. I'm not sure. But like I said, I hope I can make it. Not a guarantee, but I'd love to go. That was a great experience at the National this year. I bought a lot of great cards. Met Rob, Dylan, Black Ash, Wayne, Kid Hype Daily, famous player. All great people, and just great meeting everybody. Like I said, just overall great experience. I'd love to go again. I just don't know if I can. I think the next somewhat big show I'm going to, it's not even that big, but it's at the same spot in November, the Chicago Sports Spectacular. I'm going to be there in November. I believe probably for 1 or 2 days. If I can. I'm trying to. I believe it's a 3-day show. Like a Sparkplug, Jules, Midas, Laser 10, and Cracked Ice 10. Yeah, that's a good list right there. I mean, Sparkplug, very sweaty skin. I believe it was Clicks who reused her a lot. I'm not 100% sure on that. Jules and Midas obviously very important in the storyline. Jules seems like she's at a very odd price right now. I'm not sure what to think about her in the market. I mean, you'll see one sale and you think that's dirt cheap, and then you see one sale, it seems like it's pretty high for the market. Jules is at a very odd spot the more that I think about it. It's almost like she's a buy, but she's not at the same time right now. Oh, I think any Fortnite card right now is a buy because they're all very cheap for what they could be. I think sometimes you see sales that are just wrong for the current state of the market. And I think you see a lot of those with Jules, but then you also see a lot of dirt cheap sales, which, like I said, just very odd spot in the market for Jules. And Midas, in my opinion, is so cheap right now. It's just, I would go after some Midases if I was just in this strictly for investment, but I just don't have any personal attachment to Midas, any nostalgia for Midas. Chapter 2 Season 2 was a terrific season, one of my favorite seasons of all time. But, like, I have more memories going after the Brutus minigun or Sky's assault rifle in game than the Midas drum gun. I just wasn't as big as a fan as that weapon. But maybe Collecticon is more for us Fortnite collectors. I'm not sure when that show is. I'm not sure about that show. But probably, I'd imagine that's definitely better for Fortnite collectors than the National. It's specifically sports, and then there's like 3% Pokemon. But I mean, I saw a few Pokemon cards and just probably like 3 or 4 Fortnite cards and like a few sealed boxes of Fortnite cards. So it's like probably 96% sports, 3% Pokemon, and 1% just random stuff, including Fortnite and these random TCGs or non-sports. But I've never been to Collecticon. I'm not sure where that is or what that is. But I'd love to go. I mean, I love any card show because I do sports cards as well. I have a decent sports card collection. A PC Jamal Charles. But yeah, I think I heard someone talking about Collecticon actually just the other day. I can't remember who, but I think they were saying the exact same thing you were. I think about it. I think the transition from Pokemon to Fortnite would be more abundant. Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably like usually like typically if you'd see a booth with a lot of Pokemon, you might expect to see a little bit of Fortnite, but it just wasn't like that. Like I said, just Fortnite is so underappreciated right now, and you always hear Robin Dillon taking high ground talking about this. There's just a stigma around it. It's a kids game, but people don't realize the average age range of people playing are like me, who's 17, to people who are in their 20s to 30s even. Like that's like 15 to like 30 is the average age range of people that play Fortnite. People think it's just all young kids like 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, but it's not, you know. And there's also this thing where like, oh, you collect Fortnite cards, what are you doing? Like you'll see I've even gotten a few comments and stuff like that on my post on Instagram. It's like, come on, you collect Fortnite cards, what are you doing? You know, it's definitely not a good investment. They just don't understand. Like there's still a stigma around it. But it's like Pokemon's really not that much different. And it's like people are saying, oh, you should be collecting sports. One of the funniest things I got was a DM from someone telling me I collect Fortnite cards and don't collect a real man's cards, whatever the hell that meant. But I just thought that was interesting. And the guy was posting, you know, like Kenny Pickett Prism bases. And I was thinking, so that's a real man's card? $2 Kenny Pickett? All right. But yeah, I just don't, like I said, there's still a stigma around Fortnite. I just don't get it. And for a while, there was that stigma around Pokemon that was like, what are you doing? You collect like Pokemon cards? Obviously, I wasn't around then, but I've just heard that, like I said, from Robin Dillon, just them talking about it. Tell them to keep following the sheep. Exactly. It's like, you know, that's what's up, Richard? How you doing? I'm doing great, Daniel. Couldn't ask for much better than this. How you doing today, man? Good hearing from you. Glad you stopped by. We have 40 family exactly. Just tell them to keep following the sheep. You know, they just don't understand how dirt cheap these cards are, and they're just rocket ship they are. Daniel, any recent pickups? I know you said you had that Calamity Italy shard, not the PSA 10, but the other one on the way. Great, man. What did you miss? You know, not much. Just talking about storyline skins, kind of talking about the national, talking about how there's kind of a stigma around Fortnite cards still. Just kind of scrolling back through chat to see what you might have missed. That's pretty much about it. A lot of storyline talk mainly. What cards have potential for storyline. What I've been buying, kind of. But Daniel, any recent pickups? Looks like you've been doing some fishing, huh? You turning gold? Not quite sure I get what you're saying, but you know, I do occasionally post those fish on my Instagram story that I catch, some of the better ones. I think that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I probably caught it was like a 5-pound bass, I believe. I don't typically weigh them. I just do it for fun, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of fishing. I know you talked about that. You replied to one of my stories, said that you kind of fish a little bit. Look like, oh, a new tan? Yeah, all right, I get what you're saying. Yeah, and yeah, it's also kind of random. I am part Mexican, so it might look like that too. 25%. I get very pale when I don't go outside for a little bit, like just after a week. But Daniel, I was also saying for my 50 subscriber giveaway, I have 2 cards coming in the mail. Oh no, I have 2 cards that came in the mail. Oh, you are? I didn't know. Yeah, obviously I've never told anyone. I just kind of randomly brought that up. But yeah, on my mom's side, Mexican. So, but just 1 card left to come in the mail for my 50 subscriber giveaway. So I'll probably release a video for that once I'll get here. It's taken forever for this 1 card to get here. It's been a week now, and it's still only moved like. What about Jivy? I'm not sure. I got a Bitcoin before it blew up. I got a Tesla before it blew up because of those negative people. I'm sticking with Fortnite. I mean, 40 Phantom, I don't know if like you're gonna get as much return as you would have for like early Bitcoin or something, but I definitely think there's a chance to get a big return for Fortnite cards. Daniel, you can't wait for the giveaway. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing huge because 50 subscribers isn't huge. I mean, it's huge to me. But I mean, I think I spent around $20, 15 to $20 to get these cards, and it's a Moisty Merman USA base, Enforcer USA base, and a Moisty Merman Reloaded. So I mean, you're getting some Moisty Merman cards. You know, kind of that's like my trademark card, and then an Enforcer, which you know I'm a big fan of. So like I said, like 15 to $20 worth of cards, and obviously you don't have to pay for shipping. We gotta start somewhere, exactly. You know, and I'm sure if I release a video talking about like Fortnite trading card giveaway, people just like go on YouTube and search for giveaways. So that'll definitely get me some traction. I'll probably just have it up there for like a week, and then I'll do the comment randomizer and just ship it out to whoever wins. In my Instagram post today, I talked about the Moisty Merman Reloaded versus the base. How you can see a lot more of the Moisty Merman's pose, which is why it's one of my favorite cards. And it's, a very simple looking card. I definitely think just random cards like this from Reloaded, I think there's a lot of room to grow for these because like we always talk about, there's gonna be fans for every single skin. So there's gonna be people that are gonna want every single card like I did from Moisty Merman. I know I haven't completed his full set yet, but I got all his ices and I got, his USA and Italy base and his USA holofoil and his Reloaded. Eventually people are gonna want these Reloaded cards. And I know there's a lot of them out there, but I definitely think like there's room to just make like double or triple your money. Like if you buy this for $2, maybe it'll be worth 6 or 8 eventually. I think that's maybe potential just to make money if you buy a lot of them. Like I said, not a guarantee, but just a possibility. Something to think about. I think I'm starting a PSA submission soon. At least I'm thinking. Maybe I might wait a little bit to get a few more cards, but right now I have these 4. See my Visitor, Ace, Crack Shot, and Snow Squall are going to PSA very soon. Trying to decide if I want to grade these 2 or not. I don't think this Rogue Agent will grade very high, like an 8, so I don't think I'm going to do that. And I don't think this Prisoner will get a 10. The bottom left corner, I think, has a little line on it, so it'll probably hold it back to a 9. I just don't think that's worth sending in right now with the cost of grading. I don't know what a 9 does right now. Probably like 60 or 70 bucks if I had to guess. But yeah, I don't know if I should grade the Prisoner or not. Might crack out the Maximilian I bought from Rob too, because it's super clean. I know he said there's an indent near his face. I've been looking for it, but I can't find it. So and I'm not going to do it, but I have thought about cracking out the Wukong and resubbing it because I feel like I could definitely get better than a 3. But the PSA 3 is just too iconic, as you know, Daniel. You know that, the taking high ground, kind of the running joke. Now I might send in, I'm probably not going to send these in, but just an outside possibility if I want to just do a bigger submission. Just send in 20 or like 20 cards. But I doubt I'm going to do that. I really hope this Visitor gets a PSA 10. I mean, this would by far be my biggest Fortnite card. If it did get a PSA 10, I mean, just looking at it, I mean, maybe it's just me being biased, but I do personally believe it's a PSA 10. I mean, I think if I just kind of clean it up a little bit, I could easily get a PSA 10 on this Visitor. And, like, if I get a PSA 10, I don't care. I mean, I could get, like, all 9s and 8s on the other ones, and I'd be perfectly fine if I get that 10 on that Visitor, because that's probably, what, 2K, if I'd imagine. I think a 9 sold for 500 was the last sale of a 9. So, like I said, usually we see the PSA 10 do the 6X raw. So, I mean, with the 9, don't know what that multiplier would be. But PSA 10, I probably would value it around $1,500 to $2,000 for a visitor. Right now, probably my most valuable card is the Mothmando PSA 10. I don't know. How big of a card Mothmando is. Like, which one would be more valuable? The Super Clean Visitor or the already PSA 10 Mothmando? Be interesting to see. Like, I might do a poll on that on my Instagram actually to see which people would rather have the PSA 10 Mothmando or the Very Clean Visitor, which in my opinion, will get a 10. Then again, if it doesn't, it still might be worth more than the Mothmando because it's such a better skin or card. Because I don't see any future for Mothmando, really. He's just PC for me. I doubt he's going to get very much storyline, if any at all. And obviously, he's never going to become a sweat skin. Very bulky, very big, very easy to see, like out in the opening game, which is all the things that sweaty players don't like, which makes skins sweaty if they're small and they blend in the environment, kind of like the superhero skins, the all black female superhero skins. They were thin because they're the female skins, and the all black they blend in the shadows, or the all white because they blend in with the snow environment. I mean, that's how those became so sweaty. Or it's just a clean design female skin like Aura or Crystal or Ruby. Like I said, just clean design, sleek female skins. You don't see a whole lot of male skins become sweaty, which is kind of disappointing. I feel like there's a lot of very underappreciated male skins that are very good in game. Don't really have too many cards of them in front of me. But, I'm trying to think of an example. Honestly, someone even like Rogue Agent, just looking, I don't own him in game. Had the chance to buy him, but I didn't. I just wish that that's a possibility for more male skins to become sweaty. I've been watching all old Pokemon comment from streamers up to like 9 years ago, podcasts, etc. Continuing to watch how it grew so fast and how the small collector community was back then. Reminds me of how we are now. Yeah, I could see how it being like that. I'm going to have to just take a look at that. I have zero interest in Pokemon. I haven't since I was like 4 or 5, back when I was really young. And I still have some of my childhood collection, which is, I look at that every once in a while. But I might take a look at that, just see what it's like, see if it's kind of comparable. Like you said, the small podcast from like 9 years ago, before everything blew up for Pokemon cards. It's interesting how it reminds you of like this, because I'm assuming it would. Like if you just told me that, like you did, assuming that would remind you that, because they're very similar in my opinion. Back then there's a stigma around Pokemon. There's a stigma around Fortnite right now. The cards were underrated back then. These cards are underrated now. And there's a lot of room to grow back then for Pokemon. There's a lot of room to grow right now for Fortnite. So there's definitely a lot of similarities there. And, like you said, small creators, that's what there is right now. Taking High Ground has like 460 subscribers. Let's Collect Together, Eduardo over there I think he has like over 1,000. I know Epic Vault, Fortnite Trading Card Hub has over 1,000. Western has over 1,000. But, there's some, 1,000 subscribers isn't bad, obviously, but that's nothing compared to, like you said, some of the Pokemon. Even back then, I'm sure there was way more Pokemon collectors than there are Fortnite card collectors now. And, with Pokemon back then, there's so many more Pokemon cards compared to, like, shards. How many, like, was there, 100 shards? So, like, you take a look at this Visitor. How many people that remember the Visitor from the storyline, which is any Fortnite player that was at that event or is in Chapter 1, Season 4, or even paid attention somewhat to the storyline ever, that know the Visitor, that could possibly end up collecting cards, that will ever have a chance to own a Visitor shard? That's like obviously less than 1%, like 0.5%, less than 0.5%, So I think it's comparable, but I think there's even more room to grow for Fortnite than Pokemon back then, because these cards are way more scarce than Pokemon was back then. But I get the comparison. I like the comparison. I think that's a good thing to say. I think that was a good comparison. I like that. One that I always think about is Omega. I think he is the most underrated Fortnite card, the most underappreciated Fortnite card, and I only have a base card of him. Like, I mean, he's so iconic in Fortnite. He doesn't have any storyline, but in Chapter 1, Season 4, so many people consider that the best Fortnite season of all time. He was the most used skin back then. He was the tier 100 back then. He was the fancy new skin with all the added styles, with the purple lights and the full armor and everything. I don't understand. Honestly, if like you just line up all the Fortnite cards I had no knowledge and you asked me between the Black Knight and Omega which one I thought would be worth more, just based off my in-game knowledge, I would say Omega should have been worth more than the Black Knight. Obviously, it's not and will never be, but in my opinion, Omega is so underappreciated, so undervalued. I tried to get one from Black Ash. I offered him $700 for his Omega. So that just shows you how serious I am about Omega. And I only have his Italian base card. So I have nothing of him, but I just believe in him so much. I think he's such a great card, such a great skin, so underappreciated. I think there's a chance Omega ends up as the. I think he's the third right now in the market. I think he should be the third best card behind Peely and Black Knight. But in my opinion, I think that's wrong. I think Omega should be way more valuable than he is. I think his Crystal Shard and a PSA 10 should be 6,000 to 7,000. Right now, it's only about like 2,000, I believe. But just Omega's dirt cheap right now, way too cheap. Along with Carbide, nowhere near as big. I only have a USA Hollow, but this is just no one else believes this but me. Just personal preference in game. I like Carbide better, so he's PC for me. So I want to get his shard. The Hollow is just a placeholder until I get the shard. Omega's not PC for me. I didn't fully unlock him, which hurts, but I think he's so undervalued in the card market. Along with Carbide, just not as much. So it looks like I don't have too many people in here as of right now, but I'm just going to end it. It was great talking to all you guys. I appreciate everyone that stopped by. Daniel, especially you, 40 Phantom. You're always in here talking to me. JT was in here for a little bit. Thank you for stopping by. Eduardo, I saw you for a little bit. Thank you for stopping by. And like I said, just anyone that was in here, this means a lot to me. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.